Hello loves, as many of you know, I'm not taking on new customers, but when this mother called me and said her daughter watches me all the time and she loves my cakes and she wants a hijab party cake, I couldn't say no. I have not done a hijab Barbie cake in a long time. And if you noticed in the beginning of the video, she sent me pictures of what the little girl is going to be wearing. So I matched the dress to that. Okay, so here's how I did it. First off, I purchased a bell doll to kind of look like her. Worst part was getting it out of the box. Took a couple of minutes, I'm not gonna lie. And then they put so many little tags all over the place. That also took a couple of minutes to get it all out. So they do have a lot of hair and I had to put it up in a bun. I could not cut it. I do wrap the bottom part with saran wrap because that's the part that's going to be going into the cake. And there's no reason to get the body dirty to begin with. The top is going to have fondant on it, so it has to be cleaned off. In order to make the matching top, I had to cover it in white. And it's going to have a little white jacket over it, just like you saw in the beginning of the video. So only the front part, a little piece of it was going to show on the chest. And I took out my edible glitter and dabbed at it to give it the effect like the dress. So as you can see, I was trying to match the top of the dress. And I think I did a good job. So the main part of the dress is the actual cake part. I do have a dress pan that I use, but I always add an extra layer on the bottom because most of the Barbie cakes I see online, it looks like the Barbie smooshed into the cake, and I don't want that. I want it to be a nice flowing dress. So in order for her to not to look smooshed, I add a little piece of fondant around. This way the dress looks like it's coming from her waist down. Now this part was tedious. I cut up a lot of different strips. In order for it to have that folded look effect, I had to cut them all out individually. I went ahead and folded the corner or the edge of it so it's not a sharp cut line, but instead a fold. And then that's the part that I stuck onto the previous fold. So I did that for the entire cake. This is actually the second time I did it because the first time I did it, I airbrushed it too dark and I was so upset with myself because it didn't match the dress that the girl had wanted. So I took it all off and started all over again, and I'll show you guys that in another video. But as you can see, this is real time and putting on the layers of the dress, and it was the most time consuming part. But totally worth it at the end because it just looks so pretty. So here's the best part where I have to cut off the layers on the bottom. And I don't know, I just find it satisfying cutting off all the edges. I saved that for last, by the way. And now to put on a hijab for Belle. So we're going to put on the umta or the underpiece. And then I added some water to dampen it so that it sticks to the actual hijab part. I cut out a long piece of rectangle and went ahead and attached it to the underpiece. Now, obviously, this is not as flowy as fabric, so it was hard to kind of make it look like it flowed. And she has a lot of hair in the back, so I had to kind of tuck it in to hide that part. But it just looks so cute. And if you notice her little top, I tried my best to make it look just like it with the ruffles and the little button. So now what I'm doing is I'm basically airbrushing it a pearl sheen color just to kind of shine. And here is the final result. By the way, I met this little girl and she is so cute and adorable. I gave her the biggest hug because she was just so cute. Congratulations, May. I was so happy to do this for you. And here she is with her cake. Say mashallah, please.